I haven't really been playing Valorant as much as I used to, staying up long nights playing comp or doing anything like that I would used to do. But when I was in the grind, I would be so focused on trying to I would be so focused on trying to refine my skills so that I could win every comp game, so that I could match MVP in every game. But I would still end up going on losing streaks and still end up losing games that I feel like I shouldn't have lost because the people that I'm playing against don't even seem to be as good as me. I just am losing to some weird strategy or something like that. And that's where I go into the topic of this video. Why skills don't always matter in Valorant, and not just Valorant, but everything in life and every video game really. Like why skills don't always matter in every video game. And obviously I'm not saying you can just go into a video game or you can just go into anything in your life and just have no skill and suck at it, not be able to aim, not be able to shoot, not be able to communicate, whatever it might be. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that skills is not the determiner of winning games at high levels. And I'm not going to sit here and yap too much and get off topic and get off the topic of Valorant and stuff. But staying on topic, I can give some examples of what I mean by this. I really stopped to play comp for a while because I just kind of got out of it. But as my time went on without playing much comp, I started to play Swift plays more and more with friends, and I really started to notice some of these people who I was playing Swift plays with, of course I peaked Immortal 2, and some of these people weren't they've peaked maybe silver or gold, or they might not have even played comp as much, or whatever the case may be. But what would end up happening is I would end up playing consecutive games, not against players who were super good or anything, or a really high rank or anything, but I would end up playing against players who were levels below me, and I'll be playing with players levels below me, and I would end up noticing them sometimes fragging and doing better than me. And that really would puzzle me because I'd be like, how is a gold player outperforming me and I'm an immortal player? How is this going on? And it wouldn't stop there. I would keep, it's not like it was a one-time occurrence or whatever. I would keep noticing it. Of course there would be some games where clearly I just roll everybody because I have way better aim and way better mechanics than them. But a lot of the games I would play, I would, even though I would have way better aim or mechanics than them, other people would do better than me. I remember I have this one friend that is silver and did not have good aim, by the way. Not a type of person who you would see and think that they're a higher rank or they just don't play ranked or they're smurfing or something. No, you could tell that this person was silver, but yet when we're playing in the games, I would be getting one tapped and this person would be killing the people that one tapped me, and with bad aim, taking the entire clip to kill one person and still top fragging. So I'll be like, how is this even possible? How am I this skilled and this person is that skilled and they're doing that much better than me? But when I really thought about it, it really made me realize that mechanical skill is definitely not everything. And not even just game sense in general. Not even that. Those things, two things aren't everything. That's what it made me realize. And I realized it even more when I went and I thought about how I played in my own gameplay. And I realized that most of the time I would be focusing on my aim, or I'll be focusing on my movement, or I'll be focusing on what's the right play in the moment, game sense wise. But when I tried to go into the mind of the silver player that would be, getting kills in swift play over me the occasional times, I would realize that the silver player would be playing in a mindset of survival, if you will know what that means. And what I mean by that is if they think they could sneak up behind somebody, they would sneak up behind somebody. If they thought that somebody was there and they wanted to swing, they would swing. If they thought that a bunch of people were standing there and they were scared to peek, then they wouldn't peek. Like they were more focused on playing in the moment. They're more focused on like the decisions that they would make like in that moment in time, not necessarily what is like the best like decision to make or their aim or none of that. Like they were more focused on like the same way you would be focusing on survival if you were fighting with somebody in real life. You're just thinking of what you would do in that moment. Like you're just in that moment. And I don't know if this makes sense to everybody, but it started to make sense to me because when I started back playing comp again, and I was back to my level lobbies, the same principle still applied. Like I stopped focusing so much about my aim, and I stopped focusing so much about like exactly what decision I would need to make for it to be perfect, like what would the pro do. And I started instead focusing on like just being in the present moment in the specific situations. Like if I didn't hear any shooting, like I would be like, oh, there might be a guy here. Like I jump swing it, or I might go flank a guy, or I might swing this guy and try him. Like I'm just sitting in the present moment. I'm not really, I started to not really overthink as much of my decisions and try to focus on my skills as much. It's more about what happens in the present moment that determines if you win or lose at a high level. Because obviously, if you are even if you're like a high level player with good mechanics, good game sense, this and that, if you go into a game with silvers and the silvers are more in the present moment than you, like they adjust to what you do in real time, and you're playing off of a script, then you're still going to lose no matter how good you are. I mean, obviously there's exceptions. Like some people are just that bad that like they can outplay you and they still won't be able to touch you, but you know what I mean. So I'm gonna stop yapping, but I don't know if like people are gonna understand this message that I'm trying to say. But just next time you go into your comp game or even your casual game, like Swift plays and unrated, just try to see what I mean. Try to focus on being in the present moment and going from there and just see how your gameplay changes. You can start telling that you're dying not because of your skill, but just because of like many micro decisions that's happening in the game. And it's not like some pre thought about strategy that you would do like before the round starts or before the game starts or something. Like, I mean, literal decisions that you would make in the present moment. And you can't make those decisions if you're not in the present moment. So I don't know if this reached anybody, but like that's just a realization that I had and it's been helping me in my games. I hope it helps. The end.